Hey everyone, welcome to Life on Goldman Road. I'm Brenda. Thanks for joining us today. It is January 1st, 2023. Can you believe it? So, do you do resolutions? I'm not really a resolution person because I know in a couple of weeks it's just going to go away. So, I try to set realistic goals. Do I always follow through? No. But there's a couple of things that we're going to do this year, and I may share those later. In your part of the world, what do you eat on New Year's Day? Here in Mississippi, which by the way was 75 and sunny today, just saying. Monday and Tuesday we're supposed to have severe weather. Yay. Mother Nature tried to freeze us last week. So yeah, welcome to the South. Every day is different. So what do you do on New Year's? Do you eat a special meal? Here in the South, we usually have some type of pork, greens, black-eyed peas, cornbread. Those things have symbolic meanings. Greens for money, cornbread, gold. Let's see. Black-eyed peas are for pennies or coins. And then the pork is so that you look forward to the new year. I was reading earlier that pigs cannot turn their head, so they're always rooting forward. So that means you don't look back. Neat. So what do you do in your part of the country, the world? Do you have a special meal that you prepare every year? Let me know. Tonight, we are having black-eyed peas, some turnip greens. I'm going to do some cornbread, and we're going to do some pork chops. Easy. It's not really rocket science or anything to all of that. I've got my black-eyed peas here in the Instapot. They are finished. I'm going to check those. They are dried peas. I did my overnight soak and then threw them in the Instapot for about 30 minutes. I've got some salt pork in here with them. Just going to check those. I'm going to go ahead and get my oven preheating for my cornbread. Going to get it mixed up. I usually get the chopped up, washed turnip greens, but they didn't look too hot this time, so I had to buy the actual stalk. So we're going to get those cut up and into our pot. Go ahead and get those to cook in. They won't take long. They're very tender. And then we're going to fry our pork chops. No biggie there. I'm going to put an egg and some buttermilk in a bowl, put my pork chops in there, and then when we get ready to fry them, I'm going to dredge them in flour and fry them. So no big deal. But anyway, come along with us as we do our New Year's supper on this January 1st of 2023. Can you believe it's here already? We're going to be December 31st, 2023 before we can blink twice. So let's enjoy though today. Come along. All right, let's see if I can take you along with me as we do our turnip greens. Now, I got turnip greens. A lot of people in the South do collard greens, but I'm not a fan. They have a different taste, so I prefer the turnip greens. All right, we have them all de-stemmed, so we're just going to run through them. Just a rough chop. Kind of break them into smaller pieces and get them in our colander, and we're going to wash them probably in batches, just to make sure all the dirt gets out of there. Now, as I was reading today, I read that you should not eat poultry or any winged creature because your luck would fly out of the year. So that's why you don't eat chicken or turkey or anything like that. Oddities of the new year kind of coming in. We have our greens washed and in the pan. Now I have added water, a little bit of salt, and some salt pork. This is just, it looks like bacon, but it's well, it's supposed to be very salty, but it's not that salty. I'm not sure. It used to be a lot saltier. We'll say that. So we got that on. We're going to get the lid on it, let it cook, and we're going to get started on our pork chops. If you hear me sniffing, I apologize. I woke up kind of feeling cruddy this morning. Great way to start out a new year with sinus. All right, let's get our oil heating up to start our pork chops. We're going to go ahead and flip our pork chops. Looking good for another few minutes on that side. You don't want to flip too often. You don't really want to bother them because you want that coating to stay on there. So a good rule of thumb is when your oil starts to quiet down, you know, you hear it pretty good right now that we've just turned them, but that oil will lessen in sound the more they cook. So just pay attention to your oil. Now I'm cooking on about a medium high. We'll watch our oil color to see if we need to turn it down any more or turn it back up. So just kind of watch them and you'll be good to go. We're going to take up our first batch of pork chops. We're going to set these in the microwave up out of our way and start on our next batch. I have never done a double batter on pork chops, but I'm sure you could if you wanted a thicker crust. It would work out probably just fine. Uh-oh. Knocked something down. All right, last one going in the dredge. And into the oil. Now we're going to get rid of this flour and the milk mixture and let these cook. I almost forgot our cornbread. It is done. I did not set a timer. Pretty and golden brown. Set that back there. And we are ready to take up our pork chops. If I can find my fork. Okay. And what you're going for is 3 to 5 minutes on each side. You know, if you want to do the temperature, pork is 165, I believe. I'm going to let this one go just a tad bit longer on this other side, just to let it get a little brown. But there we have it. We're going to be fixing plates in just a minute. Okay, y'all, here's our plate. We have our pork chops for looking forward in the new year. We have our turnip greens for our green folding money. Our peas for our coins. and cornbread for gold. Hope this brings you, or hope this brings me good luck in the new year, but we wish that for you too. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for joining us.